All right, to the NBA, where the Cavaliers had that 9-game winning streak I just mentioned, longest active in the league as they welcome the Sixers to town. Cavs 17-1 since January 2nd, as you might surmise. That's the best record in the NBA over that span. But Philadelphia leading by 4, make it 7. As Tyrese Maxey hits the 3. He had a dozen in the first half. Kelly Oubre Jr. gets crossed over there by Donovan Mitchell, who had 16 in the first half. Sixers up 4. New guy in town, Buddy Hield.
Shout out to the Bahamas.
He hits, and this is the first time the Cavaliers have trailed at the half since before Christmas when they took on the Pelicans. Cavaliers down 4 in the third. Guess who's loose? Max Strus.
I see ya.
The lead's 1. And now that's Jared Allen from Mitchell, and the Cavaliers lead by 1 with a dozen minutes on the clock. It's Buddy Hield getting to his spot. All 3 of these. He was 9 of 13 from the floor, 24 points. Kelly Oubre Jr. steps into a 3. That's pure. He had 24. Sixers have a 10-point lead. There's 90 seconds left. Cleveland, they signed up for 48. Off the turnover, Mitchell gathers. And that's going to be a 3 the hard way, running through the contact with Buddy. He makes the free throw. It's a 4-point game. Then Maxey. That's an off shot. Down low. Scramble for the loose ball. And we got a shot clock violation. So on the other end, it's Strus, no. Rebound good. Garland, no good. Mitchell, game high 36. It's a 1-point game. 6.9 to go. Cavs down 2 after free throws. And you know it's going to be Mitchell. He's in attack mode. Shot is blocked by Paul Reed. Garland for the win, no. Another look as you get a clean block. That's just great defense. Principle of verticality, I believe they call it. And Garland got a clean look. It would have been for the win. That bench was ready to explode. No. The 9-game winning streak evaporates. So too does Cleveland's 21-game winning streak in games when they were favored, which was the longest streak since the 73-win Warriors won 24 consecutive. As Subchalk, the only other streak that's been longer in the last 2 decades was LeBron and Dwayne Wade's Heat back in 2012 and 13. Doc Rivers' start with Milwaukee has not been what anybody would have hoped. They're 2-5 since he took over. You got the reigning champs from Denver and Nikola Jokic, matchup of 2 two-time MVPs. Jokic down the lane, his 10th dunk of the season. Doesn't do a lot of that. 14 in the first. He finished with 29. Pat Connaughton, Giannis drops the hammer. Soaring through the air. Bucks lead by 7. Later in the quarter, the lead's now 8. Bobby Portis floater, no, but Giannis is right there to gather and push the lead to 10. It's now 15. And as Jokic is doubled and the ball's turned over, here come the Bucks. Feed Portis in the middle of the lane. There he is. And Portis was enjoying every bit of that. Dame Lillard, Giannis up top. He had 26 in the first half on 10 of 12 from the floor as the Bucks built a big halftime lead, and they would keep it comfortable throughout. Middle of the third, off the missed 3 from Brook Lopez. Gets the rebound, and there goes Giannis down the lane. Then later in the quarter with the lead, 20. Dame Lillard comes off the Giannis screen. Buries that, gets fouled. And the Bucks win this one comfortably by 17. 9th career game for Giannis with 30, 15, and 5 assists on at least 70% shooting. Tied with Charles Barkley for the 3rd most in NBA history. The only 2 he trails on that list, Hall of Famers, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and it's a list, so naturally, Wilt Chamberlain is on it. We mentioned the 2-5 start for Doc. However sluggish that start has been under Doc, this is a Milwaukee team who, along with Boston, makes the East awfully top-heavy when we get to the playoffs. Where's Cleveland going to fit in there? Home court for the first round? I think that's probably a solid guess. Embiid's injury for Philadelphia clearly drags the Sixers lower than they otherwise would have been. You look at the back end of the East, and you got the Heat lurking there, and that'll always be scary for somebody. But the East has got a couple of proven heavyweights at the top and isn't nearly as deep or as frightening as the West, which is just absurd from top to bottom. Speaking of the West, Spurs 5-22 on the road this season.
Respect the game.
They're visiting Toronto on Monday. Thin man, Victor Wembanyama. Jakob Poeltl challenged. Not a lot you can do there. Wembanyama had 19.6 boards, 5 assists, 3 blocks, 2 steals in the first half. That's a lot of everything. Here's another block of Poeltl. Next Raps possession. Poeltl again trying to head fake, ball fake. The man's arms are very long. Scotty Barnes, same thing. Nope, give me that. 4 blocks and 3 possessions for Wemby. It's a great job. He doesn't need to jump. He can just stay flat-footed and block other NBA players. They're rolling are the Spurs. Again, Wembanyama comes flying in. Spurs are in the middle of a blowout. There's Barnes again. He thought he got a head fake and had some clean airspace. He was looking for a foul on that block. 6 blocks in the third, tied for the most blocks by a rookie and a quarter in the last quarter century. That's Grady Dick. He gets blocked a couple of times. Off the rebound. Oh, beautiful behind the back pass. Sell there behind the back. Sell eyes in the back of his head. 27 points, 10 blocks, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. Give me another graphic and some context. The 20-year-old rookie, the 5th player with those numbers, 20, 25, 10, 10, and 5 assists since blocks became official over 50 years ago, joining Hakeem the Dream, Kareem, David Robinson, Ralph Sampson. No Wilt on this list because, again, it didn't become official in time. Wemby did all this in 29 minutes. That's the fewest minutes needed in any game with 10 blocks and 5 assists. To the NBA, Knicks had won 8 consecutive meetings against the Houston Rockets. That's where they met the Rockets on Monday. Jalen Brunson with a clean look from Josh Hart, and that cuts the deficit to 10. This time they flipped the script. It's Brunson to Hart, corner 3, 4-point game. Brunson in transition. He had a dozen in the third, and the Knicks are down 3 after 3. Late going here. This is a tightly contested battle. Alperon Şengün down low. Regulate. He had 18, then the Rockets lead by 4. Next Knicks possession. Brunson. He does as he pleases among a sea of larger men. That's Action Bronson. Brunson ties things at 103. 4 seconds left. We're tied at 103. Jalen Green denied down low. Aaron Holiday throws it up. No good. Foul is called on Brunson on the play.
Wow.
Man, that's a tough one.
Wow.
That's a real tough one. The first one off the back rim, up and good. They make the first 2 and then miss the third on purpose. They try to see if the Knicks got the rebound in time to call a timeout.
Whoa.
Well, I can read lips. I can't say what he said. What did Coach Tibbs say on whether he got an explanation for the call?
No.
What are your thoughts overall about it at the end of the game?
Tough way to lose a game. This is the way I feel about that in general, is I don't really care like how tight the game is called. You can call it tight or you can call it loose. I just would like the consistency to be the same. They have to use their judgment, right? And I have respect for that. So didn't go our way tonight.
Thoughts on that last play?
Great call. Next question.
What do you feel about your closeout on that play?
It was a great call. Next question.
Amazingly, the show's still on the air.
Yeah, we are.
This is just part of an elaborate hoax. Warriors trying to get to 10th in the standing. Steve Kerr in Serbia attending the funeral of Warriors former assistant Dejan Milojevic. Kenny Atkinson in his place on the bench. And there's Jordan Clarkson, who cuts a 10-point deficit early to 7. Clarkson in the corner. And the Jazz lead. He had 18 in the first half, did Jordan. Right before halftime, Draymond bottoms. And that's a 63-55 halftime lead. I believe that might have impacted some first half numbers, but the segment was already 9 minutes long. Clay's back. Here we go. Warriors lead by 13. 10-point game. Clay, baseline. Little Nowitzki 1-foot fadeaway. 26-6 for Clay. The lead's a dozen. We have not showed Steph Curry in the highlight. That is about to change as he pulls, and he knew it. And then Curry will pull from deep once again. You can't take that step back as he's bringing it up court. 25, 10, and 6 for Steph. And the Warriors get a victory by 22.